What is going on, Eat Nation? We're back with some more Madden 22 action, and today we're going to be in part 3 of our open flex scheme, more specifically the red zone and especially goal line and 2-point conversion work. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do in order to get that ball across the end zone with some low risk, high reward type plays. And today we're going to start it off with RPO read Y flat. So we're looking straight at the P icon above the slot corner. If he does not dip down, we're going straight to Kyle Pitts, and then we're going to run straight to the pylon, and hopefully we're able to beat that outside corner to the end zone. Right there, we don't see him bounce in, we get our block, and we're able to just march straight on in. We'll do it another time real fast. He does not dip down, he kind of self blocks himself in a way, and he kind of stands in no man's land. Now, of course, I recommend doing this on the wide side of the field to make sure your wide receiver actually has the opportunity to block the receiver. If you do this to the middle or the short side of the field, a lot of the times that outside receiver, the circle one, Sharpe over there, he doesn't have the opportunity to block the corner over there, and then you won't necessarily gain too many yards, but you're not going to lose yards, which is kind of a good thing. This is a low risk, high reward type play. Now, I threw that a little late, but we're still resulted with the same touchdown. Now we're going to hand the ball off to Cordell Patterson a couple times, and we're just going to give it to him straight, even if it is the incorrect read, because I do want to showcase that even if you make the wrong read, it is still going to turn into a positive gain. So real fast, we're going to turn it in, and I mean, right there, it was an easy score. Even if you have a bad offensive line like the Falcons currently have, you could still turn this into a positive gain even if you make the incorrect read, which is why I really like this play, especially once you get near the goal line to the red zone area. Right there, I mean, right now we're getting kind of, I want to say not unlucky, but lucky a little bit ish that we're able to get such nice holes, especially with a bad offensive line and a pretty good defensive front from the Bears. But I just want to say, like, you have the ability to have nice positive gained yards by calling this play. And right now, you can take with Matt Ryan like that. That is an opportunity. If you have a mobile quarterback, you can read option it and then take it into the end zone yourself. And then if you have a non-mobile quarterback, you just kind of want to drift to the side a little bit until the slant goes above the defenders, and you're able to hit them in the back of the end zone, if that makes sense. Especially when you roll out, they kind of drip down a little bit. It gives you that opportunity to really attack the back of the end zone. Something like that. Now, if you had a mobile quarterback, you probably could have just sneaked it in, no problem. But I mean, of course, I don't recommend doing that with Matt Ryan. So you have the opportunity to really do a lot of damage with this play, especially if you make the wrong read. Even making the wrong read, you could still turn it into a positive gain, which is why I really, really like this play. Now let's talk about 2-point conversion and when you're right at the goal line. If you need a quick play in order to get the ball into the goal line, and especially if you have to throw it on this down, I recommend going into double posts, especially for this specific scenario. So Kyle Pitts, the tight end or the X receiver, he's on a awkward looking wheel route. We don't necessarily like this wheel route because it gets too wide to the sideline, and a lot of the times the slot corner happens to just be in position to make a play. So what we're going to do is we're going to put him on a streak right here, and he's going to be read number 1. He's going to be our immediate read number 1. Like call hike, throw it to Pitts, and then read number 2 is going to be Cordell Patterson on a wheel route, but we're also going to motion him off to the side. And what that does is it puts him in an awkward alignment, which puts the wheel route in a spot that most defenders will not play because it is in an awkward position that they are not used to. And then we're going to put Russell Gage, the outside receiver, on an out route. So if there is a purple, a flat, that will attract whatever zone's there and allow Patterson to get open over that side of the field. So we got something going on one side, we have something going on the other side, and then the backside in routes, there are going to be our backup final reads. So on this play, like I mentioned, Kyle Pitts, read number 1, Patterson, read number 2, and then the backside in routes are going to be read 3. All right, so real fast, you're just going to call hike and then throw it to Pitts, especially if that zone defender does not play it right away. Right there, you can see he doesn't dip down. You can just throw it to Pitts right there and then score an easy touchdown. So I'm not even going to I'm not going to motion Patterson on this play because we're still looking at Kyle Pitts, and you could just call hike. And right there, it's pretty easy, especially if you're on the 2-yard line. It's straightforward. Now, you would just want to be careful that they don't immediately dip down. If they immediately dip down, then obviously you're going to move on to your next read. But if they just kind of hang around a little bit, then just straight to Kyle Pitts. just like that. I mean, it's straightforward. The defender's not going to react, which is why we save this play when we're immediately right on the goal line, 2-point conversion play, because we want that lack of room to really benefit us. And that's because the defender is not going to play it. Just right there. I mean, it's straightforward. Now let's look at Patterson real fast. And because of the awkward alignment that he is currently in, you can easily just call hike, throw a nice inside precision pass, and just kind of possession catch it right as you're crossing the goal line. And because you're possession catching it right as you cross the goal line, the defender never has the opportunity to hit you. So it is an undefendable play, especially once you get right here. Boom, right there, you possession catch it. The defender doesn't have the opportunity to hit you because you possession catch it. It's pretty straightforward, and because the lack of room usually hinders us on the offensive side, but for this play specifically, it gives us the advantage, which is what we really like. We like easy advantages, and if we're able to manipulate the zones in order to get those advantages, we're gonna have to do that all the way. Now, say you didn't like the reads, you missed it, then the backside in route is going to be right there for you. You do not get to this part of the play because the reads happen so fast that you're kind of boom, boom, boom conversion. You usually don't get to that part of the backside in route, just kind of like the RPO version we just recently talked about, or we just talked about a few moments ago, that you're not usually going to get to the backside slant. This is going to be the same idea. Usually you would have already scored a touchdown by now. One more time. So look at the backside slant one more time, just in case you happen to get to there. But usually you would already be celebrating at that point. All right, so one more time to Kyle Pitts. Just right there. It's very simple, very straightforward. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Now, if you like this scheme and you want to be part of the pistol spread scheme, of course, the ebook and how to buy it is going to be in the description. It is the best offense in Madden. And then, we incorporate more out of this in my Discord page. If you guys want to join it, I have a link on streaming where I stream straight to the Discord, and then everybody can kind of join in voice chat. And there I usually kind of break down my thought process, so what I'm doing and what I'm going through. So of course, if you guys enjoyed it and want to be a part of this channel some more, make sure to hit that like and subscribe.